If you haven't seen my previous videos talking about the top 5 cheap boats, new and used in different price categories, definitely check those out. Today we're talking about the top 5 boats under $1,000 that are brand spanking new, baby. This is actually going to be a two-parter. During my research, I found 11 boats that I deem legitimate options. During my research, I also found a ton of resources saying these are top boats under $10,000, except you go to look for them and 80% of them you can't find. The rule for this list is I have to be able to find one actually for sale right now under $10,000. And if it doesn't have an outboard motor, I have to pick a boat that you can add an outboard motor and it's still under $10,000 with the exception of one really awesome boat. Like, subscribe because this is going to be a two-parter. Stay tuned and let's get into it. Boat number 1 is the Whaly 370. Now, this is not a rib boat. This is in fact a plastic boat. And they do have a couple options. They do have tiller options as well as center console options. But this boat is going to come in at about $5,750. It does not come with an outboard motor. However, that does leave just enough in the budget to go up to a 20 horsepower outboard motor. And on average, 20 horsepower brand new is going to run you another couple grand to 2,500, but this also leaves just enough in the budget for a small, cheap trailer. Anyway, the Whaly 370 is a 12-foot boat. It has a max horsepower rating of 20 horsepower, so there's plenty of budget left over to hit that max capacity. It is also made of double-wall, high-grade polyethylene, which, according to their website, is, quote, virtually indestructible and unsinkable. That's some of my favorite features when it comes to tiny boats. Both my tiny boats are in a similar boat. Now I need to reword that. Anyway, it's very stable due to the rib-like design or the pontoons. These type of boats are surprisingly stable versus flat bottoms and deep V's. Also, with it being a rib-style boat or rigid inflatable boat, believe it or not, they can take on pretty rough seas. These are really good tenders and yacht runners. You can also beach it on sand, rocks, or concrete without worrying about puncturing or damaging your boat due to the strong high-grade polyethylene instead of it being an inflatable boat. And even inflatable boats are pretty durable. You can still beach them, but this guy is maintenance-free, baby. It also has a capacity of 8 people with a total max weight capacity at 1,191 pounds. That is extremely impressive. Some of the features are optional, but they include a bow rail, navigation arch, console and bench combo options, bimini tops, sets of oars, and really you can customize them and spin what you want. The Whaly 370 is a pretty killer option. Okay, so we are going to totally switch gears to a different type of boating experience, and this is going to be good for ponds, small lakes, and areas with no access to boat ramps, or if you just simply don't want a big boat. And it's going to be the Twin Troller, a twin engine plastic pontoon boat with two 45-pound thrust trolling motors. This is the apex of tiny boat fishing. Now, they are going to come in at $5,995 for the deluxe edition. Listen, I have extensive experience with small 10-foot, 2-man pontoon boats. I own one, and you guys know hundreds of thousands of people have enjoyed my tiny pontoon boat adventures. So I absolutely love this platform. I know how stable it is. I know how durable and capable it is. But this blows my pond prowler out of the water, not just because of the twin engines, but just because it's a one-piece design. So no water is going to get into the hull. Anyway, let's go over the features. Hands-free foot pedal controls, twin 45-pound thrust trolling motors. It has a max capacity of 3 people with a total weight capacity of 480, which is actually a little bit less than my pond prowler, but it is super stable. It is a one-piece durable UV-resistant hull with a 5-year warranty. It does have an onboard battery charger, a Lowrance fish finder, which is optional, built-in cleats, rod holders, as well as molded cup holders. It comes with a custom fit canvas boat cover, and the battery is not included, but you can get a 140 amp hour deep cycle lithium battery with Bluetooth capabilities to power your boat all day long just for another couple $100. The Twin Troller is honestly one of my dream tiny boats. Next is the Gheenoe Low Tide 10. Now, I really wanted to throw a Gheenoe in this lineup, but they're getting pretty crazy and pretty expensive. However, this model without an outboard comes in brand new at $4,200. This leaves plenty of budget to max out the transom with a 9.9 horsepower motor for about another $1,500 to $2,500. This is not a 10-foot boat, believe it or not. It is a 16-foot boat made of fiberglass. Now, it does have a capacity of 3 people, but the max weight capacity is only 190 pounds. So, yeah. Anyway, the whole craft without a motor only weighs 150 pounds. Believe it or not, that is 6 pounds lighter than my kayak. It also has a flat bow, which is extremely important for saltwater fishermen who want a bow mount trolling motor. It also has a raised front deck with a storage hatch, small center storage box, raised rear deck with a storage hatch, as well as welded in rod holders. This thing is absolutely killer. I love it. The guy I bought my pond prowler from actually sold the pond prowler and bought himself a Gheenoe, and he loves it. Now, number 4 is going to be a totally different option. It's going to be a Sea-Doo. Now, Sea-Doos actually make pretty decent fishing vessels, but if you're not interested in fishing, well, this is a pretty awesome cruiser. Anyway, you can get a brand new 2024 Sea-Doo Spark with the higher end convenience package for $7,500. Now, these are 90 horsepower vessels, has a 4.5-inch display. It has a 2-rider capacity with a 3-rider option that's going to bump you up another grand. It also has intelligent brake and reverse, which is really handy to have on a jet ski. I've had them with reverse, I've had them without. Trust me, you want reverse. It also has a big storage bin in the front, a boarding step, variable trim system, has a 352 weight capacity, and only weighs about 428 pounds dry. Also has a 1-year limited warranty. You can go pick these up well under 10 grand with a trailer, fresh off the showroom floor, and you can even customize it on their website to your liking. This is a pretty good bang for your buck jet ski, and I like to throw in different options like trolling motor boats, john boats, skiffs, and different type of stuff. Figured I'd throw in a jet ski. Okay, last but not least, on this episode, stay tuned for part 2 for 5 plus a bonus boat coming out in the next couple weeks. We're going to be looking at the Stalker 136C micro skiff. Now, these micro skiffs they're tricky, okay? They're hard to find cheap, and they're just flat out hard to find. Now, a lot of these micro skiffs are going to be similarly priced, they're going to be similarly outfitted, and they're going to look the same. However, this particular model without a motor is on sale right now under 10 grand. You can pick up this Stalker 136C for $9,790. Now, I have extensive experience with micro skiffs, and I can tell you they are hands down my favorite boating platform, period. I own john boats, pontoon boats. I've been on all sorts of different types of boats, twin engines, offshore, everything. Listen, folks, these micro skiffs are killer. Anyway, this is the 25 horsepower tiller model. If you get the center console model, that obviously will be a more expensive option, but the boat length is 13 foot 6 inches. The one I fish all the time is 15 foot, so this is really going to max out at 2 people. Speaking of that, you're going to max out at 2 people or 300 pounds with a total weight capacity of 700 pounds. You are going to have a 3-year limited warranty. It does come factory with a non-skid deck, which is going to save you some money and hassle. Does come with navigation lights, a bilge pump, lifting eye, console with a switch panel if you opt for that option, as well as full foam flotation. Listen, these micro skiffs are absolutely killer. The particular boat that I am on all the time is the 15-foot skimmer skiff, but that one is about 20 grand used. This is a brand new, bare bones, ultra tiny micro skiff that you can completely customize. Yes, the base price is slightly under 10 grand. It will reach over 10 grand after taxes, after registration, and if you want a 25 horsepower motor. Yes, but I figured I would throw this in since it is so doggone close. Anyway, that is my list of boats. You guys know I am all about cheap, small boats. Stay tuned for round 2 because we have more john boats, bigger aluminum boat options, and more traditional options coming with part 2, as well as a bonus. Like, subscribe, check out all my other cheap boat buyers videos, and stay tuned. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to make a top boats under 20 grand, 15 grand, new, used, whatever you want. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in the next video.